Man's greatest burden is unfulfilled potential. Once you become fearless, life becomes limitless. The difference between me and everybody in this room is I have no fear of anything. I want you to kill, 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 kill. Run towards the gunfire and kill them all. This is what I'm training you to be like. The 4 horsemen of the motherfucking apocalypse. Fucking warriors, not whiners, not warriors. You think Donald Trump's a whiner? You think he worries or gives a fuck what you think of him? You think Elon Musk gives a fuck what you think of him? You think the late Steve Jobs gave a fuck what you thought of him? You think Bill Gates gives a fuck? And I can go on and on and on. The only one that gives a fuck is you and you and you and the fucking morons on YouTube. Now, the rumor is that I'm following in the footsteps of 2 of my mentors. For those of you that aren't bright enough to know that that's Lenin and Stalin and me, there's some truth to that. Because I believe in the old Russian way. I'm not interested in your fucking opinion. That's the last thing I need is your opinion. Because if your opinion was so fucking good, you wouldn't be here. And it's not what happens to us in life, guys and gals. It's how we react to what happens to us in life. That's the difference. You know, Winston Churchill writes about being afraid. Teddy Roosevelt writes about being afraid. But it's the action we take in spite of that fear that differentiates us. And the guys that are the high performance guys learn to deal with it the best. I deal with it pretty damn good, pretty damn well, and the kids that I've trained over these years. But the people that have created the billions learned how to deal with their fears. First of all, like I say, I may be wrong, but I'm never in doubt. They never show doubt. They never show fear. They just don't. For example, when the invasion of China by MacArthur, he had already written a little speech because the chances of the Inchon invasion being successful was only 20%. And so he already wrote a little speech that if it had failed, okay, and he was an alpha male MMA player. Eisenhower did the same thing on the invasion of Normandy. He already had a little speech made up that if they got killed by the Germans, and thankfully, nobody would wake up Hitler. So he didn't bring the 30 fucking Panzer divisions forward, otherwise they would have been able to stop. So they're never in doubt. They show no fear. That's a really important characteristic, and virtually all of them have it.
You know, I wish fear didn't work. I wish to God. It's a hell of a way to run a railroad. But fear works better today than it did 45 years ago. And nobody teaches this. Zero. If you can find somebody to teach, let me know. Can you imagine I'm being introduced by Anderson Cooper on CNN. Fear still works, Anderson. I'll choke the cocksuckers, but I'll make them rich. And you don't mind running around with choke marks on your neck if you're driving a Rolls motherfucking Royce. I know that for a fact. I will get the last bit of effort out of you. But if nobody teaches it, but you have to have done it to teach it. People listen to me, and I'm a psychopath because I've accomplished it. It's good to get your adrenaline running like that. And that's one of the reasons we have in your reports, if you remember, what did you do to scare yourself? That's the whole purpose for that. Because most people don't do that. And some people say, I can't be scared. Well, I'll show you how to get scared. You can be scared. Not everybody has to jump out of a plane skydive. Not everybody has to do some of the things that some of the guys do. That's plus money. So you can scare yourself. We've had guys, and I'm not recommending this to anybody, go into Starbucks, Chicago, wearing a diaper by the Loop, the Starbucks by the Loop on Michigan Avenue, wearing just a diaper. Okay, we've had guys naked on Madison and 54th Street in the intersection, lying in the middle of the intersection, naked. Didn't even get arrested in New York. I mean, I can give you shit that'll scare you or make you uncomfortable. So don't tell me you can't find anything. We've had guys, again, I'm not recommending this, little guys go find a big guy in a bar and pick a fight with him and get their fucking ass kicked. I'm not recommending that either. But there are ways to scare yourself. But you want the adrenaline to respond when you want it to respond, not when somebody else makes adrenaline. You want it to do it yourself. You want it to be a conscious effort on your part to get pumped up. The 5 things that I would do aren't really 5. It's only just one. And I wish to hell that I had known this so many years ago. But just fucking do it. And the best advice I've ever given to anybody is just fucking do it. We take too much time procrastinating because we're afraid of failure. Fear is false expectations appearing real. We're worried about what other people think. We're trying to fit in. And I can go through a whole litany of bullshit. Now, it's not bullshit because it's not true. Litany of stuff why you are where you are because you just didn't do it. You didn't want to make a mistake. You got a mortgage. You got 2 ex-wives. You got a 15-year-old daughter who's pregnant. Your dad's got Alzheimer's. Your mother's got emphysema spitting up blood. I can go on and on and on and on. But the bottom fucking line is
If you had 15 years ago you had just done it, 10 years ago you had just fucking done it, 5 years ago if you had just fucking done it, 6 fucking months ago if you had just fucking done it, you probably wouldn't be in the position you're in now. So I'm saying no matter what your age is, it's still time to just fucking go out and do it. Just go out and fucking do it. Now what are you going to tell your kids and your grandkids 25 years from now when they say, gee daddy, gee grandpa, what were you doing other than having your thumb up your big fucking ass during the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of the world? What were you fucking doing? Fuck all, nothing. That's what most of you will tell them, your grandchildren and your children. It's never going to get any better than this, kids. This is the, as I said on YouTube, the eye of the perfect motherfucking storm. This is it. I never thought I'd live to see it again. This is going to make the 80s look like a nursery rhyme, which I praise Allah, praise Buddha, praise God. I participated in slashing and raping everybody in the 80s, legally. This is going to make that look like a fucking nursery rhyme. And what are you going to tell your kids? Oh, I had to spreadsheet it. I had to think about it. I had to read another book on M&A, you fucking morons.